not having water here in the yard sure does make me happy that we had a water maker aboard when we were out cruising, because we'd have had to lug jugs of water at a number of the places that we went to that were way outside normal cruising areas. Hauling them up here on the boat, up the ladder, is a royal pain. So today I'm going to clean out the lockers. We'll go down below in a second. I've also got bleach water, some soap and rags and stuff. So I'll tell you what, let's head on down below and I'll show you what we did to prepare for the cleaning. Go. Come on down. Well, that's better. Now you're with me. Oh, you got a lot of glare from these doors here. So let me close that up. Maybe make it a little easier to see. Okay, as you might could tell, we've taken most everything out of the boat. Everything that could come out, we took out. Tell you what, why don't you sit over here so you can look forward and see some of the stuff we've done. Well, that should be a little better. You can get a better view. We took all the cushions out. We opened up all of the cubbies and took everything out of the boat, took it home. All the provisions, clothes, everything that we could take out, we took out. Oh, might be asking about these straps. We spent an evening with Steve Callahan. You might remember him. He spent many days in a life raft. And one of the things that he came up with was that, or one of the things he related to us was that he was hauled by a whale that breached the side of his boat. And the water came rushing in. None of his cabinets were held down. So when the water rushed in, the tops just came right off because there was nothing to hold them down. He attributes that as one of the major factors of why his boat went down so fast he wasn't able to get anything out other than the life raft in himself. So I rigged up these straps, and they go into cleats here. So they certainly wouldn't stop the water from coming in the boat. You know, it can go down through the bilges and all, but it would slow the ingress quite a bit. Now, today's task is I'm going to start at the very bow, and I'm going to work my way back, all the way back through to the engine compartment. I didn't go into it in great detail in the video, but you know, if you've watched our videos, you know that we had raccoons take up residence in the boat. And little suckers were well fed. They popped the tops off cans. They opened jars without breaking them. Once they had their fill of food, they ate 2 pounds of coffee beans, and then that pretty much hopped them up. And then they drank 2 liters of wine and some Fireball whiskey that I had aboard, which really aggravated me. I wasn't there for the party. They must have had one heck of a party. I didn't go into detail beyond that, but also after they left cans that hadn't been cleaned around. We had 4 types of ants take up residence in the boat. Now, I always thought that ants would fight with each other, but apparently the types that we had aboard, some would be out in the morning, some would be out in the afternoon, some would be out in the evening, and some at night. We had big red ones, bite like crazy. You didn't want to be around them. We had big black ones, benign, but they came all over. And then a couple of little tiny ants. And the problem is we have insulation here behind these boards, and they could get behind the boards, so I could never find where their nest was. So we put little ant traps or ant poisons around, and they weren't working very well at all. All the ants says, "Oh, put this by their where they live." Well, I couldn't find where they lived. They just kept coming out. Jill would be sitting here reading at night with the light on, and all of a sudden there'd be an ant on her arm, and she'd go, "Ah!" And then after that happened a couple of times, they'd fall down from here. After that happened a couple of times, if a port was open and the breeze hit her hair and brushed it aside, she'd think it was an ant. So we had to get rid of that. I also didn't mention that we had four big wasps' nests that were built inside the boat, and one in the mast that I had to get rid of. So that was a lot of bugs. So in order to clean, we cleaned as best we could, but there was still critters that we never did feel confident we got rid of. Not to mention just the grime and the dirt in the boat after all these years. So I've got that small pump sprayer that you saw in the cockpit. I'm going to bring that down, and I put bleach water in that. I'm going to bleach everything down to make sure we're totally sterile of that type of thing. Now that we're in Arizona, I believe all the ants are dead. Certainly the wasp nests are gone. Then soap and water to wash them all down, and clean out all the compartments. And then we've noticed that over the years, you can see that our boards have taken hits and down in the lockers, not taken hits, but just worn a bit, and so the paint is getting a little shabby. So in the next video, maybe we'll go over painting and what I use, what I don't use, and how I go about it. So stay tuned for that next video coming up. Well, another wasp's nest. Something I didn't expect to find. Them little buggers can certainly get into all kinds of places you really don't want them. Bilge pump. So, got a lot of dirt down there. Have to rinse that down. Come take a look. Well, thanks for watching and putting up with cleaning. I speeded that up a lot so that you didn't have to sit through all the boring stuff. Cut some out. Thanks for watching. Next time I'll go over how we painted, how we're going to repaint, the paint we're using, what worked and what didn't work for us. I'm going to stick with what worked for us and not try to change anything. So I hope you enjoyed this section, this quick cleanup here. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you care to. And let me know what you think between the normal camera shot of just me or the 360 where you get to look around the boat while I'm working in my stuff. Which one you prefer, and I'll decide later on whether I want to continue with this 360 or just stick with the standard camera stuff and show you what I want to. So anyway, thanks for watching.